Mac Heads and Maniacs, what's going on? Happy Saturday evening to y'all. We got a special guest. Y'all should know this man, Compton Bamm. Um, Bamm, how you doing, bro?
Good, homie. I'm good. I'm good.
Um, Anything specific you want to address tonight?
Yeah, I just went live on my little shit myself, man. Like 30 minutes in, I was gonna do your show.
Okay.
I'm a crip by choice, man, but I'm a black man. And people need to start understanding as a black man, we need to stop bickering like we some little ass kids trying to raise a battle with wits with each other and try to help each other. Black love equals black wealth. Black wealth equals black love, right?
Right.
See, when I see Kev Mac show, I look at everything. I go through the details. Give me 6 more months. It's gonna be a picture of me, and I'm gonna be sitting behind my picture with a Compton hat on. I'm gonna have a watch this T-shirt on, and I'm gonna throw that out there saying it's all because of Kev Mac. You understand what I'm saying? I don't hate on Kev Mac because it wasn't for Kev Mac, but nobody know OG Bamm anyway.
Hey, I like that. Watch this, because that's your favorite saying. That's gonna be proper on a t-shirt.
We're trying to do it right now.
Yeah. But what inspired me to make that video, it was just one comment. I didn't agree with Melly Mel, but it was so many comments by you, one after another, that I really liked and agreed with. And basically, in my terms, you were talking about establishing solidarity and morality and being responsible in the content that we put on our YouTube channels.
Exactly.
And what I really liked is when somebody in the comment section said YouTube ain't for everybody, and you responded to it and said, no, it is for everybody. I absolutely thought that was a great answer because it is for everybody at all ages. You know what I mean? My grandson is 4 years old, man. He learns, and he's smart as hell. At 4, he learns from watching YouTube.
Hey, Kev Mac, I got a step grand. No, I ain't got no biological kids, right? But I got some daughters that I love. My youngest grandson, Noah, the second youngest, Noah, I call him little No, right? He used to, when he first came home, he used to grab the motherfucking remote. He used to know how to take it to them clowns, them dudes that put on clowns should be dancing. If you did my first video at the park, he used to grab that YouTube, that goddamn remote and go straight to your shit to watch me. Listen to me, man. This little motherfucker was 3 years old. He used to just sit up in front of the TV and say, that's Paw Paw.
Right.
And he was grasping what he needed to grasp. Now, when I was living with his granny, my ex-girl, he knew he couldn't come in the house and just take his shoes off and leave them in the living room. No, you know where them shoes go. He learning something. Kids are smart. Kids can teach us some shit.
Yeah.
It's like this. They get along with everybody they go to school with. It was us who didn't get along with people we didn't go to school with. You understand what I'm saying? Society is different today, man. And grown people need to understand that we're the ones people watching. Just like when we was kids, we was watching our parents and watching their friends. And we was trying, watch this. You only wanted the house because your mom and daddy had a house and their friends had a house. If they wouldn't have had a house, you having a house wouldn't have never been on your motherfucking mind. You understand what I'm saying? We follow suit behind somebody else. Every great leader was a great follower, man. I don't care what nobody say. You understand what I'm saying? And we're responsible for each other. I don't like hearing dudes. I told a dude today, I say, man, I use you for example. I say, Kev Mac, 60, I'm from Compton, but if Kev Mac put Crip business on YouTube, that's my business. I'm a Crip. That's my business. And it's my responsibility to try to see some bullshit when it's out here. We tend to let people manipulate us, and people always try to point the finger at the white man. So the white man manipulate black folks to go and they just, no, man, you know what the cold fucked up part about that is? A black man will manipulate me and you will go at each other quick as a motherfucker.
Absolutely. And egg it on, too.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what that jealousy shit is I'm talking about, Melly Mill. I mean, goddamn, Kev Mac, that's that jealousy shit I'm talking about. And that's what I don't like, man. Right? Yeah. I admired your whole video with my boy Sparks, man. You see what I'm saying? Football told me this in the penitentiary. He say, man, it's a trip. You hit this yard in Calipat. and Blue Note sent you care packages. I said, man, check this out. That shit wasn't personal. That shit was just business, man. We still homies. We're still homies. Sports was also one of my mentors. I did a video with Melly Mel, and Q tapped in on that and gave my thumbs up on that. That blew my motherfucking head. That's like, hey man, because I just said on one of the first videos with you. Q is also one of my mentors when I went to prison. It was dudes like that that made me say, man, I can see through some bullshit and learn how to stand on my own 2 feet and say what the outcome gonna be is how I'll dictate that outcome. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers need to stop hating on each other because I'm a firm believer in this. And I told this dude this today. I said, as soon as I got through doing Kev Mac video, Kev Mac was trying to hook me up with a motherfucker that was going to help me do a book. So I don't want to get that hater shit on nobody.
Right.
You only hate on yourself.
Right.
Ain't nobody never hindered me for nothing in my life, man. I always been my own self-hindrance, man. I hindered myself out of fear, thinking I couldn't do some shit. I got a whole lot of confidence in myself, and my confidence sometimes gives me security for being arrogant, right? But so be it. That's on the person that think like that. I admire the platforms of positivity. I admire your get down, Kev Mac, and I tell Melly Mel that all the time. Continue doing what you're doing, cuz I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I know how to get on there and stroll and say some shit to it to get at a motherfucker that's saying the wrong thing. See, I'm a dude that don't believe you supposed to delete comments. Let a motherfucker say what he say.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that too. That's why I don't have no censorship on mine.
Yeah, you feel me?
But it's a double-edged sword because it's making me mad when somebody do a post and for whatever reason the post don't go up and they start saying I deleted their comment. I ain't deleted nothing. I got all comments automatically come through. Ain't my fault if it don't come through.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the people that may have something to say about my story, that I lied or something I didn't get right. Correct me. You know what I'm saying? I want all that. But Bamm, when your channel get really cracking and popping like I know it's going to get eventually, you're going to get a lot of trolls too, and you're going to get tired of bad comments too. But I'll leave them up there anyway, man. Now, I might ban somebody from the channel, not because of a comment, but because they in the comment section or they keep posting the same thing over and over, which in internet terms is called spam.
All right.
If you're spamming me, I'm not going for it because you're messing up all the comments and you know, so.
I got you. Hey, you know what I learned though, man? And I said it earlier. They got studio game members. When hip hop first came out there, rap, we were saying them dudes were studio game members. YouTube got a whole lot of YouTube game members, man.
Oh, cool. Right?
And at first it used to bother me. It don't bother me no more, right?
Yeah.
I read comments from Kev Mac 1 of Bamm to Kev Mac 4. I done read every motherfucking comment. Bamm ain't got no negative comments.
Right.
Feel me? I got motherfuckers from the penitentiary tapping into me doing this. Oh, Bamm was my mentor in this motherfucker. See, I was a drug counselor in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I was trying to get back. I was on the yard. I was on the Calipat. Motherfuckers will tell you this. Hey, homie, before you DP the homeboy, before the Bloods DP a homeboy, send him to my motherfucking meeting on Saturday at 3 o'clock, man. Now, if he don't stop coming to the meeting, DP his ass because he on that shit. But first, let's try to help him. Whooping the motherfucker. Watch this, man. Then we get our ass whooped from our parents because we shouldn't have been doing some shit we wasn't doing. We persist on doing it every time we got that ass whooping. Ass whoopings don't work, man. It's talking to a person that's what's work. We got to learn how to talk to each other, not talk at each other. You understand what I'm saying? That's like something else that offend me on YouTube. I don't like dudes that throw shade at Crips. Stop doing that. Because we the biggest motherfucking black gang in Los Angeles. People throw shade at us. Stop doing that. Because watch this. When I came down on my appeal, I got cut on because Bloods walked off the tank. Didn't want to funk with Mahindas. And allowed them dudes to cut on me while I was cuffed up. Right? I wouldn't have did that. Now, that ain't what we do. So don't throw shade on what I represent without throwing the shade at what you represent yourself. Right? You and Melly Mel did more interviews on CCOs and Blue Notes than anybody on YouTube. you'll have more people speaking against CCOs and Blue Notes that wasn't even CCOs and Blue Notes. See, I take offense to that. I'm just arguing with a dude, man. This dude tell me, he said, yeah, man, I went to the penitentiary. Motherfucking Blue Note CCOs will slide shit up under my motherfucking door. Hold them up, man. Who slid something up under your motherfucking door? Oh, I'm just saying what I heard, but you just told me somebody slid something under your door.
Right.
Stop doing that.
Right.
Stop doing that.
Right.
I heard that same shit when I went to prison, Kev Mac, but ain't nobody ever slid nothing up under my motherfucking door but a top ramen and a sack of coffee. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. Prison, watch this, and I heard you say this when you was around Big Rick now, how they checked in to see who you was. When a motherfucker get to prison and he got homies on their yard, they gonna be the first motherfucker at the door. So them be the first motherfuckers to slide something up under your door. You understand what I'm saying? Them gonna be the first motherfuckers slide something up at your door. The police gonna be telling you to get the fuck away from your door. And they gonna be like, fuck you. I wanna talk to my homeboy. I need to tell Kev Mac, give him some game on who not to fuck with and who to fuck with. It's your choice to take heed to what he's saying. And you gonna take heed to what he's saying, but he might point to tell you not to fuck with a certain individual because he got a personal beef. But you don't figure that out till later on because you fucking with the dude and everything somebody told you about this dude ain't true. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we got. We got to stop allowing people to sell lies and just sell the truth. Motherfuckers is on these shit, on this YouTube shit trying to put 100 on who they are. Everybody want to be a Kev Mac. Everybody want to be a Melly Mel. Everybody want to be Loco. Watch this. I don't get mad at what Loco do. He get more excited than me. Do what you do, bruh. You my homeboy. I like what you doing, right? I had to tell the dude today that was from out of state. He said, man, well, what's your real opinion on out of state Crips? I said, man, you really want me to answer that? You ain't gonna get offended? I said, y'all supposed to pay homage to us. This is where it started at. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker's a buster. You supposed to pay homage to him. He from where it started at. Now, will I go to Texas or Alabama and try to run some Crip shit? Hell no, I'm out of pocket to go to their neighborhood and try to run some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I threw the curveball at them. Kev Mac, I did this. I said, y'all can't come in front of them 60s and put no sack down. We can go to y'all city and put that sack down. I said, so that's paying homage. We help y'all get money, y'all help us get money. And we did some shit that we did it wrong. We should have been lacing y'all dudes on how to bang right. Bang better than what we did. So I'm a dude that just said this on Melly Mel's show. I still believe Hoovers is Crips. They just call themselves criminals. You know what I'm saying? They say Hoover criminals. Watch this. 60s say Husters. Crips say CC Riders. Grape Streets call themselves Locs. We all give ourselves different titles. I even told Melly Mel this one day we was talking. I said, man, when I be hearing these dudes say Rich Rolling and they ain't from the 60s, I used to get mad at that shit. I said, because I was in 4800 when Petey White and them first started saying that. This Rich Rolling. Because I tried to say, man, this Rich Rolling front hood. And my big Eddie Mo said, no, that's the 60s. There it is. We can't take away somebody else started, right? Cripping and bloodism was created to protect our own communities. Some type of way down the line, we end up destroying our own community, having enemies with our own people, right? Now, some of my best motherfucking friends is Damoos.
Yeah.
That I used to be beef with. I had a motherfucker tell me I'm out of pocket because I say LB, my big homie. I know who LB killed. I know who he killed, man. LB was a kid when he did that. When I got to prison, LB was a grown-ass man with some murders under his motherfucking belts. Instead of busting on me, he laced me. That's my big homie. You understand what I'm saying, Kev Mac? That's why I admire your shit. I don't even tap in. I just really watch your shit. You feel? I can tell you what bets you done said, what team to bet on real good and all that, brother. I was on the other night when we was talking about baseball with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Because I played baseball. I played baseball at Dinkin Park. I played baseball at Harvard Park. My daddy was a little league baseball coach and an umpire, man. So he took his sons out there to play ball. The lifestyle I chose to live was my parents' nightmare. And I fucked it up. I turned their dream, what they wanted me to do, into a nightmare. Now it's never, I'm finna be 62 years old this year. It ain't too late for my life to start over, man. My life has started over. I've been home 5 years, Kev Mac.
Right.
It's gonna be 5 years, man. This is the longest I ever been on the street since I was 12 years old. My family will tell a person this. I enjoy this. Yeah, motherfuckers say, oh, yo, he catch the bus and the train to go to work, but I got a motherfucking job. I'm going to work. I ain't sitting out every day on nobody's milk crate drinking a beer, smoking a blunt. I'm taking my ass to work. I'm trying to be a responsible black man. I don't never want to go to prison. I want to help the youth, but I ain't finna go to no juvenile hall and talk to no. I ain't going to nobody jail, talk to nobody, Kev Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever house I go in, I need to have access, open the door myself and walking out that motherfucker. I can't do that, no jail. Juvenile hall and nothing. I want to be able to walk in and walk out when I want to. I don't need nobody tell me to wait a minute from there to hit a buzzer. But it's my responsibility as OG Crip and a black man to help create peace in the streets of Los Angeles. And I guarantee you this, homie. If Los Angeles creates a real ceasefire and peace, not even a peace, just a ceasefire, a whole lot of other states gonna follow suit.
Absolutely.
A whole lot of states gonna follow suit.
Let me ask you a question. What do you consider paying homage to a LA Crip or Compton, California Crip? What's paying homage to you?
Well, paying homage is this. Just using an example. I don't want nobody on here to take this personal. OG Percy got a thing called Tales from the Crips. Hey, you don't supposed to have that. You ain't paying homage to where it come from. Watch this, man. You 50-something years old, dude. You start gangbanging, you was 20 years old. What Tales of the Crips you giving me? So when you say Tales of the Crips, now he can say Tales from his neighborhood. When you saying Tales of the Crips, I'm qualified to give you Tales of the Crips because I really knew Tookie. I knew Raymond. I didn't see Barefoot Pookie in passing. You understand? When I was a kid, guess we thought Barefoot Pookie was from the 60s when I first started banging. You understand what I'm saying? But I was at the round table when Babyface from the 60s and then was there. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody think 92 was the first peace treaty. No, we had the round table. And Raymond wasn't with that. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't want that. But what I'm saying, can't nobody, that's the reason I'm saying you got to pay homage. Give a person that know the history of Crippin. Watch this. They watch Kev Mac for one particular reason, because they get the history of bloodism and Kiwayism. They're getting it. I don't care how many people have different stories, they start connecting, putting the dots on the I's and crossing T's on themselves. You ain't watch this, man. I ain't gonna never expose nobody on YouTube. They're gonna expose themselves. So you can tell a lie and convince yourself of a lie, but eventually you're gonna have to tell another lie to make that lie look better.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, man. When I did your video, man, my big homies tapped in with me and said I did a wonderful job. My big homies did that. I'm the one told Melly Mill, hey man, Sumo gonna come along and do a video just to have patience with him. Marcellus gonna hit that. Marcellus doing gangsters, and Sumo hit Melly Mills. Melly Mills said, you wasn't lying, Bamm. You said that. I said, yeah, man. You understand what I'm saying? We got to learn. The homage is also this. We got to learn that ain't no little U's and little big U's and little me's and crippin'. We all represent the same thing, so we're supposed to have the same arterial for gold for what we represent, right? If I came up on YouTube, man, I'm gonna go grab some front hood dudes and let them be about it. But if you come with that gang shit, you ain't finna be a part of my platform, because I'm not on that. You understand what I'm saying? Jealousy is the fucked up Rugen people. So instead of a motherfucker wanting to pay homage, they're like, oh, fuck Kev Mac. Kev Mac, he just put anybody on this show. No, Kev Mac is doing his homework and put the right person on the shows. You don't just put anybody on your show. You putting a person on the show that you know gonna give history on what your platform is based on. You understand what I'm saying? Like they was trying to make it a Texas and a LA thing. Who the fuck told somebody them dudes had enough power to do that? That's the lie. The lie they was trying to convince themselves into believing that they had enough power to make LA dudes and Texas dudes go at it. No, man, you got me fucked up. You feel me? It don't work like that. We got to learn how to pay homage to those that was here first. It ain't gonna never be a Malcolm X, but it's gonna be somebody that say some of the things Malcolm X said. And that person that's gonna be saying the things that Malcolm X said is gonna be paying homage to Malcolm X because he got to tell you where he got it from. You understand what I'm saying? You give homage to your big homies. You give homage to your big homies because you seen how they brought you up and you followed after them. Kev Mac, like when you were saying, if you was in Vegas and Keystone did all the winning, you know you're going to go to dinner. You know if you hit a real lick at the poker table, you're going to walk away with some money anyway, especially if you was gambling at another table and lost. If he won enough money, you finna get all your money back.
Right.
We did that in traps gambling. Man, how much you just lost, Kev Mac? Well, 1,500. Hey, man, hit your 1,500 because I just cracked it.
Right, right.
That's each one teach one. That's what I mean when I say you got to pay homage. And people don't pay homage, man. People too busy. They're trying to say, oh, well, you can't listen to what this dude say. And you know how many motherfuckers tap in when they see me do a video, they tap in and do this. I had a Mexican hit me the other day. I don't even know how he got my number, but he hit me. He said, yeah, man, I've been following you since Kev Mac. He said, I live in Southgate, man. I want to get my house painted. Can you come see that motherfucker in 2 weeks? Hell yeah, just send me the address.
Right.
He followed me from Kev Mac. That's the first videos I did.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm at 130 some motherfucking thousand videos, likes on that motherfucker. I follow my shit on there. Mm-hmm. That's the homage I mean, Melly, Kev Mac. And people don't pay homage to the real shit. They'd rather create drama with the real shit.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna show you something, man. I told Melly Mel this morning. I said, man, I heard Kev Mac last night. I seen you got in there. I said, everything I said was proven between a dude that's younger than us and he respected the protocol. That you tapped into this show and you corrected yourself without no bickering.
Right.
He paid homage and he paid homage to Kev Mac because Kev Mac said, no, man, I was doing this.
Right.
He paid homage to you. But at first he didn't know, but he corrected himself. And that's what players do, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel me? That's what players do.
I want to address a couple things you mentioned. Number one, paying homage. We put out a CD called Pay Homage, where all the songs is talking about my big homeboys. The dudes that paved the way for us. You know what I'm saying? That started the set and taught us how to gang bang. And dudes that got money in the hood, you know, the older dudes. So paying homage is something I always do. And even on here, who am I mostly going after? The originals. So I pay homage all the time. That's the way I was brought up. And the homie Baby Crazy from Raymond, when we talk, he's the same way. There's not a lot of dudes like that, but there are some that pay homage to the older dudes that started this stuff, because something else you said is we looked up to somebody. We got it from somebody. It wasn't Malcolm X. It was the big homie down the block. It was the big homie we seen holding the hood down when we was young. You know what I mean? Another thing I wanted to address is when you talked about a video and your stepson or step grandson is going and looking up your video. Bamm, he want to see Bamm. He want to see what Sherwood talking about. Well, let me tell you something, Bamm. I'm going to tell you a story and I'm going to get to the point. I took some DVDs that I got and went and had them converted over to digital. I don't know what's on these tapes. I didn't mark them. I don't know what the hell's on there. So I stick in the digital conversion and I'm cleaning up and I think I hear my mama's voice. So now I'm tripping like, what? It's like some crazy shit. My mama been dead since 1997. How the hell I'm hearing my mama's voice? Now I got to ask myself, am I going crazy? Like, is this that mental check where I need to go to a psych and see what's going on? So I continue cleaning up and then I hear my mama's voice again. I'm like, oh shit, it's coming from my computer. So I run in here and I see moms at my nephew's like 2-year-old, 3-year-old birthday party. And that was so amazing to me to see and hear my mama, because she's not here no more.
And you know what
So
we call that in the rooms of recovery?
what's
You just
that?
had a spiritual awakening, brother.
Yeah, but it's really true though. I'm saying I got videotape.
A spiritual awakening is true. You had a
Okay,
spiritual
okay,
awakening.
okay.
You got
All right.
confirmation that you're doing the right thing.
Okay, all right.
That's what you got, a confirmation that listen to me. Now you got me. You know, I do a lot of crying too. Watch this, Kev Mac. Ever since I did your first video, y'all interviewed me in my park in my hood. My cousins and everybody, when they text me, say, yeah, big cuzzo. Now you big cuzzo. Now I ain't just Bamm. I ain't just Sherwood the cousin. I'm big cuzzo because I'm leading by example now. Because the older supposed to lead by example. And I owe that to y'all putting me out there on YouTube to express myself. I got a testimony, man. I got a story. I regret some of the things I did in my life. You understand what I'm saying? And my little sister, me and her used to bicker, man. We didn't get along at one time. I mean, we didn't get along, man. She wouldn't even accept some of my collect calls. Send me some pictures of her kids, but wouldn't accept my collect calls. Send me $50 in the pen, but wouldn't accept my collect calls. When she sit up and tell me, now that my big brother, I got my big brother back. Hey, man, I'm at my best. I don't care what nobody say, right? You heard your mother's voice on that computer. That was the spiritual awakening. It was getting confirmation that you was doing the right things in life, brother.
All right. Now, before I get knocked off my square, you kept it real. You brought it back full circle, and I appreciate that. So I don't lose my train of thought. So here you got the little baby that can go on, not baby, but little kid that can go on YouTube and check out what you're saying and see your face, your expression, and all that. The kid loves that. I love the fact that I got my mama on videotape. So what happens is a lot of people, and probably everybody, but I don't know because it doesn't happen a lot. But when people die and pass on and move on, man, the family and the kids, sometimes friends, are happy to be able to go back and see, like Big Rebo. Big Rebo family still hits me to this day.
They want to see his video.
They watch it all the time. They love it. They still thanking me, and they be sending me pictures of Rebo and still thanking me. People like to see their loved ones no matter what they look like. Remember, Rebo had stage 4 cancer and was spitting throughout that interview.
Yeah.
So I finally put up the Killer Wayne interview. He's been gone for a while, and I'm hearing these conversations coming back to me about people not happy with that.
Hey, well, my only thing I can say on that, my only comment on that when you put it on there, that's my home.
Right.
And he gave me a heart. Hey, check this out.
His son leaves a comment and say he love his dad. He's a real one. People love to see they loved ones when they pass. Anybody that don't is just hating or envy or jealous, like you've been speaking on.
Yeah, sometimes you can't trip on the appearance of what a person might be.
No, you can't at all, and I'm not going to do that. I may react to it because I'm kind of reactionary. Even when I was gang banging, I didn't go out hunting other hoods, but if you came through and you bust on me or you came through hitting me up talking shit, then I reacted to that.
That's right. That's right.
You feel me?
That's right.
And it's the same way with this, man. So
yeah, don't let nobody watch this, man. I loved that video with Killer Wayne.
Yeah,
I like.
I mean, the comment, you said you read all your comments and wasn't no negative comments. If you read Killer Wayne's, it's like probably 97 out of 100 comments are all positive comments.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a dude we've been wanting to interview for a long time. Really had an admiration and a respect for Killer Wayne. He's one of them names that we wasn't hearing smut on. And he was all of that. It was good stories about this dude all the time.
Yeah.
And to be able to produce guys under him with big names such as Turtle. And several others. I'm not going to say everybody's name, but then you got to wonder, like, who was this dude's influence? Who got this dude's cripping to be so up to par? You know what I'm saying? And that becomes Killer Wayne. So very interesting dude, and he got a lot of information.
Hey, I enjoyed that video, homie. Most dudes hate on videos, especially if they got a platform like you. their head on the video because they wasn't the one be able to put that video out.
That's what my homeboy Rockhead told me, man. That some people,
if they can't put it out, it's a problem.
yeah,
Damn, why I couldn't be the one to do it?
right.
You didn't think past the level you was trying to do your thing with. So
Or
don't get
take,
mad at what he trying to do.
right.
So don't watch this, Kev Mac. My girl, when she got off work this morning, she was tripping on how you and your partner was going over there. He sent you $20 2 times, right? I said, yeah, they clouded each other. I said, that's how home was get down. They ain't taking nothing personal. They really getting their clown on, right?
Yeah.
And Kev Mac, you got a way of clowning. You can clown with a motherfucker on here. Your demeanor make a motherfucker think you serious as a motherfucker. Well, a troller would be like, oh, we got him. I might can say a comment and make Kev Mac biting and shit, but you overthink them because you already know what you're doing.
Yeah.
See, you can't outthink a thinker.
Yeah.
You can outthink a motherfucker that don't think, just react based on his actions. And that's what you do. I like that video. That's the big homie. Resting in peace. Like you had did Sad came on your thing. That's the homie. And he said something about bully. So I got on Melly Mel and I did this. I said, man, I think I did it on my own. I said, let me clarify something when it comes to the bully. We're talking about one dude that we called that name, the bully. Every hood got a person with that name, right? But Larry James was the bully. Now you hear different stories of Larry James saying this and saying this, saying that, right? I got mad one time. Pretty Kenny was talking to you, and you said, "Yo, he couldn't have did that no dice game in my hood." But watch this. I caught myself. I said, "Why the fuck I'm getting mad at Kev Mac for saying this? Because I say the same motherfucking thing." I said it's based on how Too Pretty Kenny is putting Larry James' character out there. Like he can go in there with some crooked motherfucking dice. Everybody know if you find T's, you better know how to find them. If you ain't find them, you're gonna get hands put on you. So just to have some motherfucking dice that's doing 7 and 11, you ain't gonna get my money like that. I can be scared taking the dice game. You ain't gonna get my money, man.
You see
might
what I'm
get it on
saying?
the first time. You feel
see
me?
what I'm saying? For real.
So I understand exactly. Watch this, man. I'm a realist, Kev Mac. Everything you said about me yesterday, I admired and I respect it. Right? Every fucking thing. My record is immaculate. Motherfuckers know me. Do I regret some of the things I did? Hell yeah. I created enemies that I shouldn't have had. Right? But today, some of them enemies in me is cool. We got some form of dialogue with each other. We can see each other in traffic and there ain't nothing gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? About 2 weeks ago, man, I went to Buffalo Wings, right? Me and my girl come down to LA from Lancaster. I didn't even know it was a motherfucking Buffalo Wings off Crenshaw, right there off King. Up in that little plaza thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I went in that Buffalo Wing, told my girl, I said, I don't never want to go to Buffalo Wings again in Lancaster. I like this Buffalo Wing. I went in the motherfucker, they playing rap music and everything. I liked it, the motherfucker. You understand? I felt like I was at home. Don't let nobody discourage what you doing, Kev Mac. Watch this. Only motherfucker can really give you some constructive criticism of what you doing. It's just me. This how I think. If a nigga ain't from the 60s, he can't give you no constructive criticism of what you doing. Because watch this, whether me and you want to believe this, when we on these platforms, we don't just represent Kev Mac and represent Bamm. We represent where we from. And we must have an image to what we representing. And you represent Rich Rolling 60 to the fullest, brother, in a positive way.
Yeah.
So don't let nobody. No, man, I don't know. I ain't gonna get started.
Hey, I beg to differ a little bit. I believe constructive criticism for me can come from anybody, including you and whoever else. It's up to me whether I fall for it or not fall for it. You know what I'm saying? And how strong I am in what I'm doing. But I try to be respectful, and if it's something that Bamm really don't like, I gotta sit back and assess the situation and see if Bamm is more correct than I am, and I'm gonna correct the situation. In fact, let me say this: I spoke on you leaving out South Los Angeles and East Side and West Side, and you corrected me. So I'm gonna let everybody know. Bamm said he did say Los Angeles, so that was my fault. I didn't hear that. I didn't catch that. And so he was absolutely correct in the way he presented it.
I don't watch this. I want the maniacs to understand this that's listening. And Kev Mac can confirm this. I don't believe in this a thing called South
Central. Correct. That's in your first video.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. It's a thing called Los Angeles.
Right.
Watch this. The Deep West was created behind gang politics. Created the Deep West. Watch this. The West Side is the West Side, man. It's simple as that. I can't pay homage to Crippin if I don't put LA. When I say LA, even though I'm from Compton, I'm from LA. I'm from LA County. I just got a different mayor. That's the only difference. But I represent Los Angeles, California, man. I go someplace else, man. Me and Kev Mac, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm from Compton. But guess how I'm from Compton? Viva Los Angeles, California, man. If it wasn't for no Los Angeles, California, it wouldn't be no Compton. It wouldn't be no Watts. It wouldn't be no Inglewood. These are cities within Los Angeles. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what people need to grab too. Stop tripping on what a person you think a person not saying and trip on what he really saying.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You had a good show going last night. I felt me and Melly Mill did a wonderful ass interview. That's my best interviews came from Kev Mac and Melly Mill.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And Kev Mac even he said, man, I didn't think Bamm show was gonna be like this.
No, I didn't. I didn't. It was real good. You well spoken.
Yeah.
You'd have met a lot of the best.
You confirm something on video 3 when I say, man, somebody had asked me about Monster. I said, Monster, my motherfucking comrade. I said, this is what I'm about. Any man that come to prison couldn't read and write, learn how to read and write. What if Monster Cody write the motherfucking book? Whole lot of game man was been able to write a book. In the background, Kev Mac did this. Those facts right there, that's a fact.
Yeah, that is a fact.
So that's I try to speak the truth, man. Now, if I'm gonna put 100 on the truth, the cold part of, if I had to put 100 on the truth, I ain't gonna put the 100 on me. If I'm talking about Kev Mac, I might put 100 on Kev Mac, but I ain't finna put 100 on who I am.
Right.
But I'm gonna be telling the truth about Kev Mac. I'm just putting 100 on it. Don't they do that when they do movies? See, if they write a movie on Kev Mac, they gonna put a whole lot of shit that Kev Mac ain't never told them in this movie.
Right.
You understand? And that's how I look at it, man. But sometimes we be misled by bullshit.
Yeah, we often misled, but this is what I was taught. If Kev Mac is telling a story about Kev Mac, this is Kev Mac's story. This is not Bamm's story. It's not nobody else's story. So when you start to critique and complain and nitpick, you got to remember, my story ain't about Bamm. So that's why Bamm's not in it, or Bamm's not the hero in this story.
Exactly.
And people need to quit getting mad and jealous about that, because guess what? It's kind of like you was telling me earlier. I don't know if we said it on live or not, so I'm not going to say the specifics. But guess what? Step up and tell your story.
There it is. There. Now watch this. Why most people are afraid of telling their story, man?
I'll tell you 2 reasons. 1, because they got a bunch of smut behind them, or 2, they know they're going to get caught out on their lies.
Right? Now watch this, man.
Bam, somebody wants your Cash App. It's right there under his name.
It's right there. Sherwood Hedgeman. $ Sherwood Hedgeman 131. Now watch this, Kev Mac. I took something from you the other day and just put it on my live. You know what I took?
What?
The Front Hood soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You could have asked me, I would have sent it.
I didn't even want to talk. I just put myself in there drinking. I got off work, and my little homie Redbird hit me. Say, cuz, who did that? I said, Kev Mac created that the day he interviewed me, man. He started doing this shit. Now watch this.
I got to give props to Digital West, man, out there.
Watch this. I met him. Now, why the fuck would I be mad, jealous of any motherfucking thing Kev Mac doing? Because watch this. Whenever he play that Front Hood soundtrack, guess who they going to think about first?
Bam.
Bam. So when he play that, they going to think of me.
Man,
so I respect that.
When I talk to Bam, I'm in Compton. I'm feeling the atmosphere. It may be something you said or the way that I feel, something in the air. And I think of what song will go good with that. And I tell Digital West, and Digital West pick it up for me and send it back to me.
That's right. But yeah, I'm a dude. I ain't watched this. Right before I had texted you and said I'm ready, and you said in an hour you'll send it to me.
Yeah.
I ain't know you had this. Banker T, my boy, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Banker
That was
too.
watch,
Yeah.
watch
West
this,
and
man.
P.
Banker T used to go with Wendy, right? From A-Trade Gangster. Wendy was fine as a motherfucker. I come down from the county jail. I'm on a visit. I meet Wendy. I low-key had action. But when I go into Marshall, they told me that was Banker TX girl. I ain't even want to approach her, homie. Because I'm a nigga that don't fuck behind my friends. You my homie. I don't want your bro.
Mm.
You ain't with her no more. I'm cool. Right? But Banker T was the coolest script I met from the 60s, man. You feel me? That was Mr. Soulful, man. And every 60 I ever associated myself with was cool with me. You understand what I'm saying? From like Earl, do you know a brother named Earl Ford claim y'all hood? Eat off?
Yeah.
No, that was one of my childhood best friends.
No, I didn't know that.
He come from the bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
Before my mom moved to Compton, I come from the bottoms. I'm Compton V with the bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
Earl Ford grew up on 53rd Street, man.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this, man. I get out the penitentiary. Me and my girl go to M&M's in Lakewood. My little cousin husband pull up in the Escalade. I ain't never met this dude. He from Ward Lane. I ain't never met this dude except through mail. He got kids by my cousin, a daughter and a son. And Earl got right out the Escalade and said my real name. And then Gerald got out the car and said, man, that's my people. Fucked me up, man. I said, damn, this is strange shit right here, right? So it's my cousin Gerald. He at my auntie house, his mother-in-law house. He said, man, how you know Earl? I said, I ain't tell you. I said, man, dude, you spend night in my motherfucking mama house. I used to spend night in this mama house. I knew his mama Antoinette and his daddy Big Earl. Watch this. It was because of Earl I started going to Sportsman Park swimming. Because his grandmama used to live by Sportsman Park, and we used to go over there and go swimming when we was kids. So when I meet my homie, we was in it. I was talking about my boy Petey Wack. I love Petey Wack like a little brother. Because he the dude that taught me that the big homie shit is earned, it's not given. When me and him went to the hole from pressing the nigga, they put like 90 of us in the hole in the pen for pressing this dude named Way. I'll call himself Suave. When we got out the hole, my little brother had got killed. Petey Wack was getting his canteen. He said, somebody say, Petey Wack, man, let me have them jelly beans. He said, man, I bought them jelly beans for my big homie Bamm because he loved jelly beans. I just started smiling, homie. That's what made me and Rodney Glaze get tight in the motherfucker.
Yeah, I could picture him saying that too. That sounds just like it.
Listen to me, man. That me and him, we got tight. And I used to pull Petey Wack. Watch this, man. Everything a motherfucker older dude that I respected and looked up to pulled me and told me, Kev Mac, I tried to do with anybody that was younger than me that was a crip. I don't care where he was from. It was my responsibility to enlighten him for how to do something better than what we doing now. That we don't watch this. We don't have a choice in what our color of our race, but we got a choice of the gangs we represent. We got a choice of picking our enemies. You pick your enemies, man. I don't give a fuck what you think, what people think. Every hood that your hood was beefing with is not your enemies. And that was proven through the dope game and everything. Even when the crack academic wasn't out here, once a motherfucker started hustling, he knew money wasn't blue or green, mean blue or red. It was green. Wasn't nothing but some white folks on them currencies, some dead white presidents, man. Them the only motherfucking white men's I admire in life, the ones on the currency, right? I told somebody on the show I did the other day, I said, I'm a racist. I don't like the police. I'm a racist at police. I wouldn't give a fuck what color they are. See, I ain't like these other dudes that get on the platform and say, oh man, it's a good police and a bad police. Hell no, it ain't no good police and a bad police. It's bad police is beating your ass, and the good police gonna sit there and gonna allow them to report with the bad police.
Ain't no
question. They gonna go against the grain.
Ain't no question.
You feel me?
You know how they say once a rat, always a rat?
Always a rat. Watch this. And I'm quick to say this on interviews too, Kev Mac. We all are guilty of associating with a rap in some form, shape, or fashion.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't like me saying that, but it's true. But it's true. Now watch this, man. A dude asked me the other day. He said, man, if one of your childhood friends would have told on somebody, would you have betrayed him? I said, I'd have stopped fucking with him. I told him he needs to shake because I don't want to play a role in something happening to him. I love you that much where I don't want to do nothing to you. So just shake, right? I did an interview with a dude, and this dude, they say these dudes come up, F's and Y yards dudes that I did an interview with. At first, I was skeptical doing the interview with them. Then it hit me, Kev Mac. I wasn't on the S and Y yard. They can't ask me nothing about S and Y yard. I ain't never been over there. I can't tell you nothing about that yard.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask me about me. I don't knock what no man do in this life. Everybody got their own morals and their own principles, and they playing by their own integrity, man. And that's on them, right? I'm gonna watch Kev Mac, regardless of Kev Mac do an interview with Bamm or not. It's been since 2 years ago since I did an interview on Kev Mac. You feel me? I didn't came in, right? But I always watch Kev Mac. Sometimes I miss it, so I got to get the repeat where I can't comment in it. But I watch your show. Watch this, cuz. Continue doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a positive thing. Watch this, man. I didn't even know you did an interview where your daughter and your grandson was on there. I just was seeing that. Continue doing what you're doing. Now we live the life that we thought we was going to end up really living. You think you're doing a motherfucking interview with your grandson and your daughter on the phone, with you on another side of the camera? Hell no, you've been behind the glass seeing them.
Absolutely.
This the blessing. See, this is what people don't get. This the blessing. This man is a part of his grandkid's life.
Yes.
They're not going to
look at that. They're not going to look at that.
You see, but that's watch this, man. That's what our parents taught us, and that's what I'm starting to see. Everything our parents, like I told my big cousin, Big Ollie, I mentioned him in your video, right? One day I called him, man. I started crying on the phone. I say, Big Ollie, man, I need to let you know something because he's like, what's up? I said, man, I don't never want you to think what you was telling me was going out of one ear and going out the other. I said, I took heed to everything you were saying. I just didn't know how to apply the advice you was giving me at that time in my life. Now I know to apply that advice in my life. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Melly Mill? So now I'm getting that. Hey, Kev Mac, my life is, do I have problems here? Yeah. I'm starting to be so honest with myself. I just said it before you sent me the link. I was a dude that used to beat up on my bros, man, and that shit wasn't cool. A man that put hands on a woman, that shit ain't cool. So I ain't ashamed of me. I used to put hands on bros, man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool. Now I ain't finna say that's what cowards do. Because when I first went to kindergarten, my mama told me whoever put their hands on you at that shit, you better hit them back. She ain't saying discriminate. So that's where I got that shit from. Right. But what I learned is them women didn't deserve me to put my motherfucking hands on them, and me thinking that's gonna keep them in my motherfucking life. They praying I go to prison. They ain't even praying I get killed. They praying I get caught up in some shit just to get out their life. Today, women pray to have me in their life. And that's what I love most, man.
That's a blessing. Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
You feel me? And I learned that because of you and Melly Mill. Y'all interviews, watch this. If y'all interview a motherfucking, he ain't putting 100 on it in line. If he tell the truth about himself, he gonna start recognizing his own flawless, man, that he got flaws in his game. And we all got chink in the armor, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to go, man. I ain't never trying to go back to prison. I still eat top ramis because I like them. If I wouldn't have never went to prison, I don't think I would have ever ate a top rami. You feel what I'm saying? And I take that to work with me sometimes. I take 2 and 3 top ramis with me with some motherfucking lunch meat or some beef jerky and put the top ramis in the microwave at work and cut up the beef jerky and put them in there with some mayonnaise packs, right? And eat that shit. That'd be my lunch. But I'm off parole. I'm doing cool. I don't get paranoid when I see the police. Have I did some gang goofy shit since I've been home? Yeah. I done put myself in situations where I could have gave myself a life sentence since I've been home. And that shit hurted me. That shit hurted me. I'm like, damn, man, did I do that shit? The fuck I was tripping on. You feel me? Then motherfucker like, hey man, my big homie that started my hood, Great Cross, had to get at me. He said, what the fuck you doing, man? You finna throw away everything you trying to accomplish for yourself on some buster shit? I had to catch myself. So no, Kev, man, keep doing what you're doing, brother.
For sure, man.
If you don't, watch this. If you don't, I can't hit the subscribe button.
But you know what's funny? This is somewhat some of the stuff you said during the 50 minutes, and this 50 minutes that went by fast as hell. But when you say lift each other up, don't hate on each other, don't knock a brother down. If it wasn't for Kev Mac videos, there would be so many people that wouldn't be getting other interviews and YouTube channels. So that goes to your point. Let Kev Mac do his thing. I'm going to bring y'all up just based on y'all was on the platform. Now people know y'all. They know how to get in touch with y'all. And not that nobody on this platform need my validation, but as you said, you know I'm fucking with mostly, if not all, real ones.
Yeah.
So that validates everybody and lets it know, you know, it opens the door for y'all for a book, for a YouTube channel, for cash apps, for super chats, to tell your story on another channel, for interviews on a TV channel or documentary. You know, like Jimmy Lavender. Jimmy Lavender, well, you said I had tried to hook you up with getting a book done, but other than you and Too Pretty Kenny, Jimmy Lavender called me and he said, man, he said, I had so many people hating on you because I came on your platform and you didn't give me no money. He said, brother, I done made more off writing my book than you could have gave me 10 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he also said, man, it's because of you that I'm happy in life now because I got my story out there. And when I go places, people want to sit down and talk to me. It make me feel so good that I could meet strangers and share the history with them. So that it don't be
that's a blessing.
It don't be Bamm. It don't be Melly Mel. It don't be Cutes. It don't be Sparks. Them ain't the dudes that's hating. Is who? The people that you said like to start shit. They want to turn people against Kev Mac, but not look at the benefits of the person that's being interviewed on this platform.
Hey, watch this, man. I shared this with one of my childhood friends the other day, and his son claimed the 60s. Nephew or son claimed the 60s, right? Willie Robinson. This is my best friend. He finna be my manager when I really step my game up, right? I shared something with him. When I did my first interview with you and Melly Mel and them on your show, somebody from prison, a Crip dude, a reputable Crip dude. I ain't gonna say his name, but this dude called me, man. He said, big homie, I just want to let you know you saved my life. That fucked me up, Kev Mac. That fucked, and he went deep in some shit that didn't happen to him in his life. That fucked me up. When this brother set up and said, man, I saved this motherfucking life by giving him the knowledge of what's going on in prison. And he taught him how to look at how to get his Crip on and how to accept things in prison with people. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I know YouTube is good for people.
Right.
Like I said on Melly Mel, I say, man, this is a motherfucking school. You going to school right motherfucking now. You getting gang banging one-on-one fucking with Bamm.
Yeah.
I'm a gang banging expert. Can't no motherfucker who ain't gang bang be a gang bang. Watch this, man. You qualified you wrote a book about gambling. Right. You was qualified to write that book.
Right.
A motherfucker who ain't never gambled can't be qualified to write a book on gambling.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, we got these haters. They can see Bamm and Kev Mac and Melly Mel is super tight, and we have a motherfucking dude that's a fan sit back because he want to try to get his show going on. He gonna try to create drama between us three. He gonna fuck with one of us, and we gonna think he cool. We gonna sell a motherfucker. I got sold dreams on YouTube, man.
Man.
I got sold some dreams, right? See, I'm one of them niggas. I don't want nobody to get mad at what I'm saying, right? This is the first time I ever heard somebody ask for my cash app on your show. Watch this, Kev Mac. And I tell Melly Mel this all the time. I say, man, if I'm on a motherfucker show and all he get is 1,000 views, but suddenly when he interviewing me, he getting 10,000 views, and I see gang of cash apps coming to him, he should send me something because it's because of me you just got them. You could have had anybody else on there. That ain't saying you would have got them 10,000 views. Ain't nothing. Watch this. That goes to that question you asked me again. That's paying homage.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's paying homage. That ain't saying a person is like hating or want what you got. Nah, man, you know what? Watch this, Kev Mac. When you was in the game, if I can give you a bird for 15 and they going for 20, who you gonna fuck with?
The one that's selling it to me for 15.
So if I take the motherfucker to you to get them for 15, you gonna give me something because I hooked you up with the motherfucker for 15, and the
True.
motherfucker I took you to, both of you, I'm gonna walk away with some money.
True.
Because I just brought two connects together. That's what you call paying homage. And people don't understand how to pay homage. Right? I'm gonna share something with you, man. You're a 60 nigga, Melly Mel Compton nigga. You're a West LA nigga, Melly Mel Compton nigga. So when niggas look at y'all, they want to see you two brothers going at it on YouTube because y'all started together. Y'all came out here, y'all popped together, and it was totally different. Damn, what's going on? But when I seen my homie say, let me get these shouts out, and y'all was on the show together, that was paying homage. He paid homage last night when he tapped in and said, you know what, I was wrong. And this is what it is. That's what people don't get, man. Watch this. A motherfucker called me about the sports interview. That's why I called you, text you, say, man, when you gonna do the sports interview? Hey, Bamm, how you feel about the sports interview? Shit, he told the truth. He didn't lie. Oh, y'all wanted him to assassinate CCO niggas. Character. Y'all wanted him to do all this because he don't do that. Oh, no, man, that ain't cool. No, the truth is sometimes to set a nigga free. A lie gonna get you hurt, nigga. I want to be set free, man. I don't want to be stuck in bondage. You understand what I'm saying? So every interview you do people on any interviews put 100 on it? Hell yeah, I put 100 on it, man. I put 100 on it. Yeah, I might have gave 90%, but sometimes I'm gonna say I gave 100%. Yeah, everybody gonna exaggerate a little bit, but that exaggeration is not a lie. Because ain't nobody commenting in the text. See, watch this. All OGs ain't dead, man. A lot of them sit back. They sit back and watch this shit. You get more old people watching YouTube than young people. Whether people believe that.
Well, you know they got the analytics on these things, and you're absolutely right as far as my channel go. Older people watching this.
Watch this, homie. I did my first little thing on my own thing and had my childhood sweetheart from 5th to 6th grade tap into me, say, you remember me? You was talking some real shit. This is your childhood sweetheart. She moved all the way in the 60s here, went to Crenshaw and everything. Now she live in Mississippi. I'm trying to get in contact with her, right? Because she admired what I was saying. And watch this. Most people get mad and jealous because they're not being the ones doing the interviewing or being interviewed.
Absolutely, bro. I'm glad you learned that already.
Just listen to me. See, watch this. And this is what I learned about YouTube too. Everybody ain't qualified to get on video. Because I remember Melly Mel called me and got on YouTube to get on y'all Kev Mac show. First thing Melly Mel said, he said, no, man, I want to talk to Big Bamm from front of the man, Sherwood. I say, who the fuck you think you talking to? It's me. He thought I was that other cat. You feel what I'm saying? Because he knew which Bamm he needed to talk to. Everybody want to be more than what the fuck they are. But if everybody play their motherfucking position, they gonna get their propers anyway. Because if you was somebody from where you from, your name gonna get mentioned in a video.
Man, that's what Mumpy always say, man. Everybody gotta learn to play their position.
Man.
Everybody can't be the scorer. Everybody can't be Kobe Bryant or Shaquille O'Neal. You need somebody to handle that rock, bring the ball down. You need a good defender that's going to block some shots and get some steals. Yeah, man. That's a fact, man. You say a lot of real shit, homie. And eventually everybody's going to notice if they haven't noticed already. The word's going to spread that, oh, Bamm is credible. Oh, Bamm talks some real shit.
Wait, watch this. They said you validated it when you said what you said about me on your thing last night. Watch this. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker think, though, man. I learned this from a Scorby, right? I'm from wherever a motherfucker don't get along from. I'm going to get off where I get mad at. Today, I know to be the motherfucker resorting to violence, right? I talk the language of the village. Some people say I be aggressive on here. No, I'm not angry. Yes, I am. I'm just an excited ass dude, man. This how I talk, right? If you come to me with that bougie shit, I ain't gonna get it. But if you come in with that hood shit, I'm gonna get everything you trying to tell me. Simple as that, right? What people need, when we learned this a long time ago, and you younger than me, stop faking it till you make it, nigga. Just be real and make it.
Hey, man, I got a saying, and I seen somebody post it on Instagram, man. I had a homie that used to say, fake it till you make it. he ain't my homeboy no more.
Yeah.
You get it?
Watch this.
You get
Guess
it?
what guess where that saying come from?
Where?
The rooms of recovery. Fake it till you make it. Oh, you want to still go out there and chip when you know you ain't sober? Fake it till you make it, because the end result means it's gonna be detrimental to you. It's gonna fuck you up, right? Don't you know when dudes hear me say things about sports, when I say, man, sports played a role in me helping me come home, telling me to tone my shit down in prison. Some of them dudes can't believe I say that about sports. Because sports was a blue note and I was a CCO. Now, watch this. One dude got at me about it. I said, man, who told you you can tell me and sports can't be homies though?
Right.
Who the fuck gave you the authority to even assume that? We homies. That's my homeboy. That was the almanac of crippin'. Well, I'm gonna tell you what reason I say some of the things I say today, man. Sports gave me a picture. That's the only man ever called me Dimples on. He gave me a picture, wrote Dimples on the back of the picture. He say, "You're an OG overseer, Bamm. Keep agitating till the tidal wave turn blue." Right then, I knew what I had to do, man. If a motherfucker ain't doing the right thing, it's on me to step to the plate to make sure he don't mislead the new generation. And that's all I'm doing, Kev Mac. That's all I'm doing, man. I'm glad you gave me this hour with you, brother, because you'll hang out all night, Kev Mac.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because it's easy with you because you just talk and you hit important points. All right, Goob, have a good night, Goob. Enjoy your dinner with the family.
Yeah,
bro.
tell him I'm gonna tap. He wanted me to tap in. I was with my family the other night, man. But yeah, I admire this, man. I was gonna buy me 2 quarts of Millers, right? And my ex-girlfriend said, "You still drinking quarts?" I said, "I don't drink quarts of 8-ball. I drink Miller's High Life." You feel me? But ain't no football popping.
Yeah.
Your team, the Lakers, is garbage.
Man, they garbage. They blew that 16-point lead tonight against Washington.
It ain't just a 16-point lead. If they wouldn't have never got this motherfucker called LeBron James, they wouldn't have had no problems.
Yeah.
LeBron James, now you hating on Russell Westbrook, one of the best guards in the motherfucking NBA. But watch this. That's his motherfucking insecurities about himself, because he ain't getting recognized like LeBron, so he want to have a good game and then a bad game. No, man, the Lakers. I used to be a Laker fan when it was called Showtime, and even before it was called Showtime, when Gail Goodrich was there, Jerry Wilson, Elgin Baylor, and Wilt Chamberlain. I was a Laker fan. My daddy had season tickets to the Forum. I've seen them, right? I'm for whatever team that can ball. And right now, I'm fucking with Philadelphia 76ers because of one person. Doc Rivers, man.
I was about to say, I hope it ain't James Harden.
Oh, come on, man. Watch this, man. James Harden, when you get to going from team to team, James Harden is the new Charles Barkley of the NBA. You ain't gonna never get a ring. You know? So you're gonna be a sports commentator and talking about everybody else. So Shaq come around, want to chase your ass off the podium. You feel me? So you feel me? But listen to me, man. I had a wonderful time on this here back.
Yeah. Thanks
for allowing me to be on here for a good hour, brother.
Absolutely, man. You gotta tell my people the name of your channel and how they find it.
Subscribe to Compton Front Hood Bamm. That's it, Compton Front Hood Bamm. I ain't never changed nothing except what Kev Mac and them put on. I just put Compton Front Hood on instead of OG Bamm, man. It's Compton Front Hood Bamm. You understand? My cash app is there when I tap in. You know.
All right, Bamm. You had a good hour. I appreciate you. You have a good night, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
And thanks for keeping it real. Continue to. Mac Here's and Maniacs. I don't know if I should stick around and talk some sports or sit around and answer some questions, or should we end it right here after a good hour and 4 minutes with Bamm? What y'all think I should do? Y'all took too long. I'm out of here, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Have a good one. I'll check in tomorrow. I'll try to get you guys some picks on the NCAA tomorrow. And I made a mistake yesterday. I made another mistake yesterday. I did not go 3-1 yesterday. or 4-1. I didn't go 4-1 yesterday. I went 3-1-1. Michigan State tied. That was a push. So 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 push, which brings us to a total of like, I believe, 18 wins, 2 losses, and 1 push in the last 19 picks. Y'all take it easy, man. If you want some bread, if you want to get part of that win streak, man, sign up. G Miller, what up, homeboy? Ain't heard from you in a while. Sign up, man, with the breadwinners. Membership only on KM Video live streams. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the super chats. Good looking out, Sir Uncle Buck.